We have a very special guest this morning. Joel Boggess is an author, and he wrote this book. We want to show this as soon as Peyton can get a zoom in on that. One Woman's Journey to the Work She Loves. And Joel, you're also a DJ too, is that correct?
You know,
in Dallas?
Yeah, I actually was in radio for a long, long time.
Yeah.
But out of the music business now. But
okay.
When I was at Tech.
Yeah, he went to Texas. Like I said, we won't hold that against him.
For that.
We love
that.
You know that we love Texas Tech. It's wonderful. Well, tell us about this particular book. How did it come about?
Sure, that's a great question. Heather Schultz, that is the woman behind the One Woman's Journey story. She came to me for career coaching in 2009, and she was frustrated and exhausted because what she was doing is she was pouring everything she had into this job, just trying to make it fit. And what added to her frustration and anxiety is that while her peers and coworkers were experiencing joy and fulfillment in what they were doing, same job, she wasn't. And this book, the first section of this book, really tells Heather's story and tells about some of the feelings she was going through before the coaching process, talks about some of the aha moments she had during the coaching process, and then it tells about what she went to do after the coaching process.
Okay.
And I'm sure her story resonates with a lot of people who maybe pick a job because they need to get a job.
Indeed.
And they pick whatever's out there and then find out that they're not happy because you're saying they need to do something prior to just taking that job. And what is that?
To look inward.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And that's one of the reasons that I felt compelled just to tell this story, because I actually had Heather on my show. I have an internet radio show, and I got so much positive feedback from the show. Women would email me, they would call me and say, you know, I listened to Heather's story, and it was like she was talking about my life. And so it dawned upon me that I needed to tell this story and tell about what Heather discovered about herself and then what she went on to do.
You know, the economy being what it is right now, you know, lots of people are having a difficult time finding a job, but I think one of your messages, yes, of course, you know, sometimes you have to be very practical and do that sort of thing, but to really get fulfillment out of life, to really, to find what you would call, you know, your calling.
Absolutely.
In that sense, you really need to look inward and go through some processes, and then those things will come to you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, could you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Yeah, tapping into calling, tapping into the purpose that God has on your life is paramount and just so important. And that's what we did for Heather. Help her get in touch with her calling, because what we found is that once people get in touch with their calling, the right career decisions, the right family decisions, the right financial decisions, well, all of a sudden they become easy because a person has clarity on that bigger picture, what their purpose is in life. And the second section of the One Woman's book is written to help the reader get that clarity.
Because you're saying that clarity may already be inside you. You just may need a little push and maybe to listen to your conscience a little more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Found that, yes.
Good, no, you go ahead.
I found that that's very powerful, and that's actually part of the coaching process, and that's where we start with the looking inward piece. And I use a great tool called the StrengthsFinder 2.0. It's available in any bookstore. You can also get that on my website or on Amazon. And what the StrengthsFinder does, it was put together by the Gallup organization.
Briefly, real quickly, because we're running out of time, I want to show the book real quickly also again. That is at Amazon.com. But also Joel Boggess, he is going to join us again in our News Channel 10 2 slot, and we'll get a little bit more in depth into what this work is. Thanks for coming up, man,
Absolutely.
And visiting us this morning. We'll be back. Joining us now is Joel Boggess. He's written a book called One Woman's Journey to the Work She Loves. I think we have a graphic of that. It is on sale at Amazon.com. And Joel, basically this is a story about how someone can find work that is closer to something of a calling rather than just going out there and getting a job and not necessarily being happy.
Absolutely, absolutely. The second section of this book is really written to give the reader clarity, and that's clarity on their skills and abilities and their personality style and their values, dreams, and passions. And in today's economy, companies are hungry for people that really know their best features and their best qualities.
Sure.
What's some advice for people? I mean, give us a glimpse into the book about some of the lessons that you're going to teach, kind of some ideas that people can take with them.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. You know, the first step in any job search process is to begin by looking inward first. And I use a great tool that helps people really zero in on their 5 strongest talents, and that's the StrengthsFinders 2.0, and that's available at any bookstore. You can get that on my website or on Amazon. Second thing is to learn how that you can harness some of your gifts and some of your talents and really tap into some of that horsepower that's already there. Third thing, create a plan. Create a plan for moving into the life and to the career that you want. And then lastly, holding yourself accountable.
And what do you mean holding yourself accountable? Like what? Like taking responsibility to actually get out there and get the work done? Or?
Absolutely, absolutely. Just create a plan based on who you are, and then take those steps. Hold yourself accountable to take those gradual steps into that better career, into your calling.
Why do you suppose it? Because it sounds somewhat counterintuitive. Because when people want to find work, they just they look through the what's available and just get out there and try to get a job. You're saying you should spend a little bit more time thinking about what you want to do because you'll be happier.
Absolutely, absolutely. There was a recent study out by the Working Mothers Research Institute, and it said that when women get in alignment with not just a job, but more of a career or more of a vocation, not only is their professional life more successful and they're happier in their success in their professional life, but all of their life.
All right, thanks so much, Joel Boggess. The book is One Woman's Journey to the Work She Loves, and it is available on Amazon.com. And hey, yeah, you go on site or online, get an autographed copy. Why can I not speak?
Thank you.